little countdown every time. It goes 3, 2, 1, yay, you're live. So, it's a happy moment every time. So what I'm doing is I'm having a look at these little opals here, these opals, and I'm looking at them and I'm going, I wonder what they will do. Okay, so I'm taking this one out. I'm taking that one out. And I'll cut this, have a look at what it is. But this might be a crinoid as well, so I'm not necessarily going to... I'm not anxious. Yeah, I think it's a crinoid. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not anxious to mess with history, so I'm just taking those out of the mix. See those little lumps? You can see they're obviously covering something up, which is basically crinoid skeletons. That bit there. I'm not so sure about that one. Could be wrong, could be right. Oh, hello there. I got a wriggle on just because of you, Adele, so no, it's not like you need to thank me or anything. Give me my praise. No. Here's the device. And here's the demo that I've been using. Let's see if I can do it properly. Box of matches. And let's just grab the match and we'll just turn around. Actually, we can do it this way, can't we? So if I pop it over to here, that's probably the best spot. Where's my... Right, so right there. That should work. You're number one, we're still number 4. We're still number 4. Watching our ratings go through the floor. That was a Late Show a million billion years ago. More than 4 years ago. Okay, match. So I'll just strike said match. Allow it to go out. Well, eventually. There we go. See where the smoke goes? No, I'll do it again. This time around I'll try and keep the match inside. And I'll bring it right up too. To get a good shot of that smoke. Okay. Right. All hail the Dirt Doctor. Yeah. Now let me show you the amazing technology involved in this amazing miracle. I'll flip this around. So we've got here, this is something you will normally see in the roof of your dunny or your bathroom or your toilet, whatever you like to call them. In Wales, it's a dunny. I think that's where we get the word dunny from in Australia. There you go. So that's the extractor fan. And we've got some piping here. And if you look over here, the piping goes all the way over there. Underneath this Fresnel lens from a TV. Over to here. And we've got the same kind of doobie that's going on here. Oh, I got money! Thank you, Adele. If I remember correctly, I should be the one giving you money, but that's okay. It's like a splashback, basically because I'm going to secure these a bit better, but there's a lot of water that goes on here, and I've got a lot of electrical things here, so, I know I've got a PhD, and maybe it'll be hard to follow this one along, but electricity and water are not a good thing. That was the first 3 years of my PhD. Oh, money. It says welcome to monetization. That's so great. So yeah, so it's acting like a splashback. In other words, this thing, I'll do the same experiment that we did before. So this time around, that's this giant exit thing, and I don't even think I'll get the match lit because air pushing is better than air pulling, basically. Don't think about that too hard. I'll probably get demonetized after I just got monetized. Okay, so I'll just move this forward. Whoa, there it goes. So that's just because of the massive power of the exit vent there. Now, if you're an environmental scientist, and I think I did this last year, we always recommended that sewage treatment plants and refineries and mills and whatever else, we made sure that there were rules that said that the mills were upstream of themselves or downstream of themselves. And the reason for that is that if you've got to be in the path of your own wastewater, that encourages you to treat it. So, let me have a look. These are the new opals that I got from some supplier just yesterday, and I know there's one which has got colour that I didn't spot. I didn't find yesterday, so I'm just quickly looking for it whilst I've got the time, because we're about to, do our thing. That's a witch's hat knobby, and yesterday I've let everyone in on a bit of a secret that I suspect that this is actually a limpet shell, and I suspect this is a yabby button. So these are out of circulation as well, which is a bit annoying. Okay, let me have a look. What I'll do is I'll do this one. We'll see if that one actually gets us anywhere. If not, we'll just keep going until we find something that's like, these look pretty crap at the moment, but they were pretty good when I saw them in the sunlight. And I didn't check this afternoon because I've gone to BF Nowhere 3 times today, so I'm rather tired from all of that. And I told you I like to keep the house man clean at this point in time because I've got the kids with me. Man clean can only be described as man clean if the man is rather amorous. Like you try, it's just ridiculous. Like I don't remember, I probably was, but I don't remember being that messy when I was a young warthog. And I'll tell you what, I broke up a fight the other day with, I'm not going to tell you who I broke up the fight with, lest my children get upset and embarrassed. Yeah, I agree with that. But I broke up a fight. And I never thought that I would say these words, but I did. It was, I don't think it's illegal to make a tiny Mount Everest out of cheese. So please don't hack on your sister. I'm not going to tell you which sister hacked on which sister, but I literally said that. I can't believe it. What was the other thing that I said? Yes, I'm aware of the spinach incident a week ago. I'm telling you, these are words that I have actually said. I'm aware of the spinach incident a week ago, but we can all learn to forgive, can't we? Oh dear. Live and learn is what I say. Well, if you don't live, I suppose. So turn this on, zoom this in. Oh, I'm not... Even if you guessed it correctly, I would use my subtle powers of subtleness to make sure that, no, you didn't know if you guessed correctly. Oh. G'day there, X11. I am absolutely wonderful. Check this out. We're going to try and cut it. And all of this stuff has been improved, but like, I managed to get the improvements done. I still haven't quite enclosed the opal cabinet yet. And I'm trying to figure out what to name it. And I think because like we've got the zombie here, and we had the phoenix, and we had the behemoth and all that sort of stuff. We've got to by clever use of gravity, I suppose. That's just water. I suppose I could be a bit more complicated and say I actually borrowed or used a used drip system from a hospital. So, you know, when you get the thing stuck in your arm, they literally call it a drip because it's able to drip. But it's not always that easy. It's quite temperamental. It's about 11:30ish, I do believe. I'll tell you what, Indonesians are welcome over on my channel. Not that they wouldn't be, but one of my supervisors for my PhD, a bloke by the name of Budiman Manasni, he's Indonesian. He's an absolute legend. So, welcome Indonesians. You have my respect. Yeah, I understand, but just let the rule of the siphon be your friend. Hang on for a second, guys. I'm just going to let him see what's going on up here. So here's a tube. That's where it's all coming from. It goes up through that hole there. I'm going to zoom back so you can see. It goes up through that hole. There's also a light there, and I control that with a foot switch. If I can actually find the foot switch. Can't find the foot switch. Where's it gone? Down in there somewhere. There it is. So whenever I need an extra burst of light, there it is. Like the turbo boost on Night Rider, I suppose. Okay, so we've got our little thing that goes up here, the little tube, and it goes up to here. And these are the drip controllers that you actually get at the hospital. So when the nurse wants to dial up or dial down the drip, there's various things. There's a peristaltic pump they usually have, and what that basically is a flexible tube here, and you can actually squeeze this end and squeeze this end and squeeze this end and kind of milk the fluid that way. And we've also got a roll stop there as well. So there's plenty of controls here for that water. And this is just done by gravity. And the other thing is, I've just used some ordinary drums that I found on the side of the road. This is a Coke bottle, and I've turned it into a gauge. We've got maximum here, we've got critical levels here, we've got empty here. So I know exactly where we're at all times. So making a yeah, as long as the thing is above you, it should work out okay. And in the time it's taken, I've noticed that there's been a little bit of a, oopsie, what's gone on here. I'll just quickly fix that up. That'll do. What I'm going to do is, because we're running out of time, I am actually going to just shortcut this by literally slicing it up and seeing what we get inside. Oh, yeah. I'm having trouble with my literacy today. Also, the phone is kind of to the side, so I have to kind of stop what I'm doing to read. But I read those foil stops are awesome. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm sure they are. Oh, we may have a Mexican jumping opal make an appearance today. don't know what that is, I'm pretty certain you soon will. Alright, so what have we got here? Doesn't look particularly inspiring, but, you know, looks can be deceiving. Right. Let us attack this end. Mexican jumping opal. I jump, senor, I jump. Arriba, arriba, andre, andre. Okay. Do I sound American? I know for a fact Americans can't understand me. I've got a colleague who's doing the same thing I was doing, PhD-wise. We're over in the United States. A colleague of mine, Hungarian. You want to know how Hungarians sound? Pretty much like Dracula. Blah. I was chatting away to the head of soil. I know. It's better than it sounds. I was talking to him at a dinner, and then he had to stop me. He said, "I'm sorry, mate. I have to stop you." Actually, I have to do it in an American accent. Sorry, Americans. I'm sorry, mate. I have to stop you there. What's the problem? I can't understand a word you're saying. I looked over the Hungarian guy who, like, his voice had a cape on it. His voice had two pointy teeth, and like his voice was hungry for blood. But you can understand the Hungarian guy. Oh, absolutely, no problem. I don't know how I managed to get a Nebraskan to sound like a New Yorker, but you know, that's a special skill I have. As a matter of fact, it might even be like, you know, a happy day if a New Yorker comes along and goes, "Oh, that sounds like New York, yeah." Arriba, arriba, andre, yeehaw. La perro cocina. That's the best I can come up with in Spanish for a dog's breakfast. We'll just cut it straight down here, and if we get no joy, I'm stopping the experiment with this one. Okay, sorry, I was just reading up where we're getting all that. Why do I sound American thing? Yeah, look, I think that if there's a lot of UK accents which are the King's English, so to speak, but they're unintelligible. One of the biggest jokes that's been happening recently is that allegedly, if you're from Ireland, it's very hard for you to pass the English test in Australia. Even though English with an Irish accent is technically the King's English, you're not going to convince the Australian computers that. To be sure, to be sure, to be sure, to be sure. What? I'm not sure at all. Oh. Well, we got ourselves some nice backing potch, but other than that, absolutely nothing. Nada, tengo nada. Yes, I know Indonesians don't speak Spanish, by the way. I don't know. So it was the Mexican jumping opal that put me in that frame of mind. I wonder what that means. Does that mean lights out, or? It's okay, dude. Okay. Just to put things into perspective, I have a great deal of trouble speaking. I know one or two words in a variety of languages. I don't know any Indonesian, even though my supervisor came from there. Absolute legend. He's very, very famous too. So I don't know if you realise you've got famous scientists that Australians admire in Indonesia, but you do. So good. So good. We're all friends. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this particular opals. It's not going to come good, so let's just move on. Okay, I'll zoom in. All good. It's all literally a misunderstanding. Here we go. I thought this offcut was actually going to produce something, but I don't think it will. We'll move on. This guy. There's a crack here. Cut along that crack. Here we go. Wait. Carefully take that down. Probably going to have to slice it through the middle. It's something I don't usually have to do, but you know. If you don't, the opal's worth tens of dollars. Let's see. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along here. That will no doubt shatter most of the opal. I don't mind because I'm trying to get to the stable parts of it. And this is unstable, so we're just going to have to accept what happens when we do this. Bam. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed sometimes when I'm on other language forums, the auto-translate just epically fails sometimes. That's annoying. But I'm assuming that even though you're Indonesian, you can actually understand English reasonably well because, well, you have to with all the American dramas and whatnot on. Either that or you can try out the subtitles feature in YouTube. I think so. I think it's embedded in, I don't know if it's immediate or not. That's the only problem. But yeah. And I reckon probably if I ever get to do a read, I want to do a read for a company called Babelfish because they create instantaneous translators. I think that's so awesome. Yeah, sometimes there's a translate tool. Very often I go to the website, the Google Translate website. Okay, so this looks like a wood fossil. They often look like that. It's a random collection of little bits of timber that are just, well, fossilized basically. So in my opinion, the side that I'm currently carving is the action side, the bit that I reckon would be really good. But everyone else wants to see the bling, so I'll just, not necessarily criticising people watching this, I'm just going, you know, when people are buying it. So the guy who sold this to me clearly rubbed this back and did not like what he saw. I'm going to try and carve that bit back and see if we can turn it into something pretty spectacular. The conservative approach is just to cut along the crack. There's several, but I'm wondering. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. The free fire game. I have absolutely no idea what the free fire game is. No, thank you, Adele. It's good that you managed to finally catch a stream no matter what I was doing. That was, stopping you. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Was that good night, X? Selamat tinggal. Yeah, fair enough. I use voice to text and very rarely does it punctuate for you, so I'm used to that. Okay, I'm going to carve along here because that really doesn't owe us anything. I'm not going to flog that dead horse. Haha. Public servant, the pay is always the same, but probably I have no reason to complain. We shall leave it at that. Yeah. So carve along there. Diddle 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 diddle. These other ones can be cut later, so it's not that big a deal to cut them like this. Just hoping that last singular crack goes away. I'm not going to try and mitigate it, I'm just going to try and grind it out. That was pretty easy. I prefer formal rates. I think she's walking a bit better, but certainly looking very sore. Certainly got a lot of life in her, but she's having trouble getting up to where the food normally is, so I'm having to bring it all down. Yeah, everything looks okay. I actually shone a light laser on it, and I couldn't see any evidence that the bone was actually damaged in any way, but it looked dislocated. There was also kind of a black mass just on the ball of the foot, so worried that that's actually a clot. If it is, it's potentially a compound fracture, which is not good. It's as good a theory as any, Adele. Just hope she doesn't do it again. Yeah, it's one of those times when you're like, yay, I'm right. Whoop-de-doo. Successfully figured out why the pigeon is suffering. Bloody thing's still suffering. Now, considering the rough it came from, that's not a bad little stone. The little sparkles here and there. Got whichever looks good over here. Right. I'll start the hunt early for the Magnum Opal because I myself am caught. Yep. I think this one will do the same. As a matter of fact, I think it'll do better. One of those opals, if you don't get it right, it'll just instantly go to no colour and you won't be able to rescue it. Not as exciting as I was hoping, but what I'll do is I'll turn this one into a cab because there's a good chance. Oh yeah, I can see the opal. Is just smoothing out the back, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very important part of the job. The jeweler cannot set it into a stone, into a ring, then what's the point of having it? Okay, so does that colour stay? Staying only very, very lightly. So what I'm going to do, do it back a bit. Okay, it don't look like much, but it's got a lot of potential because it's got some colour underneath it. Let's have a quick look. I can spot the colour. What I'll do is I'll dot this one up. There's a very slight band of pink just in there. I'll dop it up and try and get it working properly. Right, let's have a look at this one. Well, thank you for the 6 likes, whoever did that. It's very kind of you. Expanding away. What fish can laugh? Clownfish? Oh man. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right. Same with all those ones with the booting. Oh well. There we go. What have we got here? Okay, we've got some potch underneath. I'm going to roll it in to see what we get. I'm actually quite optimistic about this. There we go. Okay, that one didn't end up the greatest of opals, which is a bit annoying, but what can you do? We got you. Finish that one. Already done. Okay. Good evening now, Joyce. Good evening, Alex. Actually, I'll do this one. Wanted to do this one. Giant knobby, basically. Not exactly the same as a knobby, but you know. We're not going to take sides. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Not at all painful, but not at all colourful either. Alright, let's have a look. Oh boy. Now, let's just try, and where was that colour? Just here. not going to keep going with that one. I don't think it's going to yield dividends, so we'll just stop on that one. Don't see that one in any particular good opal category. This one. Yeah, I'll try this one. Not having much luck with these old stones, are we? Right, let's have a look. Sometimes this happens. Shouldn't happen too often, but it has been happening with a little bit of regularity recently. A bit annoying. We got this one. Not quite. Let's give this one a belt. I think we'll turn this one into the Magnum Opal if it works out, because I can feel myself turning into a pumpkin. Oh, finally got a bit of colour there, not much. We'll have a look and see what we can extract from it. Okay, well, it's looking like being a disaster, but it's not anymore. I'll have to pop that on the dot stick, so I'll have to clear up the back. And all of a sudden we get ourselves better opal. It's not always the way, but it's pretty common to have this happen. I'll decide what side to use later. Let's have a quick look and see if we can finish this with a bang. There we go, nice little opal there. Yeah, I think so. Clownfish is my guess. Okay. Well, it's getting really late at night. I think we're going to have to call it a night for tonight. How many times can I use the word night? I don't know. We'll do that one next, I think. But not tonight. Oh, there's the night again. Night. Okay, let's go turn the water off. Come on, you can do this. Okay. Okay, well, guess what? You can say goodnight to them now. It'll be a real quick one. Right. Here's Pony. Now I gave her some water and she just went, you know. That's great. Thanks, Mark. Ooh, there we go. Thanks, buddy. There she is. She's quite alert. She's a bit tired because like it's late at night, so she's okay. She's just got a sore foot. I think she'll want some water by now because I reckon that water, I wouldn't want to drink in that. Okay, try this, Pony. Look, there you go. Good bird. Yeah, well, I was certainly not going to zoom into the turd in the water. Hey, Loki. Hello, have you got any sore feet or anything? No? Okay. Hello. There we go.
Lights commenting.
Nearly. Scratchy poo, Max? Are you sure? Yeah. You want a scratch, Loki? You want a scratching of the head? Did you just poke her in the eye?
Oh, you like my scratch, Loki?
So I got the camera angles. All right. That seems like the
I think a Max wants a scratch.
Do you want to scratch now, Max? No, he's just going to hiss at me again. He's got complex emotions, this one. There you go. That's about as much as he probably wants now. Oh well. It's alright, guys. We'll have a chat later, okay? Got to put you all to sleep. Not like that way. Alright, thanks very much for sharing the opal journey. It was a little bit haphazard. More to do with the construction of the machine than anything else. Tomorrow, I'll get all the gems, put it together, point out to myself where the sparkle all is. So they'll make life easier for a lot of us to figure out what's going on. And to get 2 good opals this time around, so not too bad. But, you know, I prefer to get quite a few. At any rate, Have a lovely evening, everybody. I'm absolutely exhausted. I presume that you will be too, if you're from this neck of the woods. If you're not, well, you're probably ready to start the day. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Dr. Phil, out.